So just before I get on, this is what I mean by conspiracy and evil curse. I thought I would be smart and record my political. I'm about 5 minutes. All the way home, I can't record. The family's too hot. I didn't know that was an actual thing. Quickly, listening to Glenn Beck and Rush Limbaugh, the guy for Rush Limbaugh said legislators, their Congress, whoever in charge there, if they believe that there is sufficient evidence of fraud or to suspect there's sufficient evidence to suspect fraud, you got to be careful with legal languages. That they don't have to certify the vote. So I don't think there's anybody that brave, Secretary of State or governors, or I think you have a total system. Even people who call themselves Republicans, you literally have a conspiracy against good and decent people. I don't know when the good and decent people of the United States of America, the 80 million who are supporting Trump, are actually going to realize that they're in this alone. And I'll quickly explain two concepts. There's the force to enforce. The government has a force to enforce with police officers, with military, with FBI, whatever, the resources, legal resources they have, attorney general, they have that. But then there's the and when you get 80 million individuals, Trump supporters, upset enough that they all decide to arm themselves and defend themselves against their government, then the government loses its power to enforce because they're going to lose. Doesn't matter. You can take all 2 million people in the American military, all the law enforcement, put them all together. A fight with 70 million people against 3.5 million, the 70 million people are going to win no matter what. There's going to be death on both sides, but the moral high ground, the moral imperative, are you a free person? Do you want to live the life of a free person, or do you want government destroying everything that you are building? Your business, your savings account. With their communist mindset. So how far are you willing to go? I'm not trying to get anybody to engage and practice destruction of the United States of America. I'm trying to get you to understand that you have never had a government. It's always been about the rich, the cabal of rich people manipulating politicians, and up until now, it's just been, it's been part of the process. Except he nails it on when he starts talking about Satan, the mark of the beast, hating humanity, wanting to destroy humanity, utilizing government and rich people, and if you want to call it the apocalypse, if you want to call it the time when the it, but we're there. The global conspiracy uh, being initiated by dark forces, powers unseen. And if you're not understanding it, I mean, all the pieces are there. That's what I want you to get into, to understand. You've got to understand right here and right now that this is the next step of their agenda, and that's going to include attacking everybody who just doesn't agree with them, and that means yeah, that means execute people, assassinations, political dissidents, everything you've seen in socialist nations, everything you've seen in Venezuela, Idi Amin, the African nations, Latin American nations, the Arab nations, Russia. I mean, how much history do we have to study? The fall of Rome, fall of Spain, Portugal, um, uh, the European United Kingdom. I mean, how much history do we have to study? The Protestant Catholic Wars to understand exactly where we are and to understand exactly what we have to do. So, what I'm saying is recognize where you're at. After you get your bullets, after you talk to the other 80 million Trump supporters, after you know where you're going to go when the government comes looking for you, after that is what kind of a fight are you going to offer?